How'd the workout go tonight?
It went pretty well. It was a great competition out there, a great group of guys, all point guards, so a chance to measure myself against the top 6 point guards in the draft, I think, with Jennings and then Rubio. But it was a great workout, great ending to my pre-draft schedule, and now I get to look forward to Thursday.
This is your last one?
Yeah, I'm done after this.
How many have you done?
This is 4.
And who else did you work for?
Charlotte, Washington, New York, and here over the last 3 weeks. So not too much traveling, but got some good exposure.
How'd you pick those 4, since those are some early, some late in the lottery?
A lot of variables. I wanted to try to do more, but with scheduling and things like that, didn't work out that way. So definitely wanted to start at home in Charlotte. I grew up there, so I wanted to start in my hometown, and love the situation in New York up there. And I've been working out in Washington, D.C. since school was out, so Washington's right around the road. And I got to go over there, and then Sacramento called late this week, and had this weekend open to come out. It's a cross-country trip, so glad it worked out.
Being that Charlotte and Washington were at the local angles for you, your hometown, and then where you're working out, does that indicate anything about your interest in the Kings and the Knicks, that you would come all the way out here and you wouldn't come out here for Golden State and you wouldn't come out for some of the other teams?
I mean, definitely, you got to look at the roster and where you fit in with the schedule or with the roster that they have. You don't want to disappear as soon as you get drafted and get swallowed up in the system. So you want to go somewhere where that fits your style of play and somewhere where you can thrive if you get drafted by them. So Sacramento has a great situation here, a chance to turn the team around from last year, and a new coach. So things are looking good for them.
Is it your preference to go to one of those 4, being that you worked out for them?
I guess you could say that. I don't really. Once it comes down to Thursday, whoever picks me, I mean, I'm gonna be excited about it. So, I guess you could say that those 4 were somewhere I wouldn't mind playing.
Stephen, what is it about the Kings you see when you look at their roster and their lineup? What do you see that would be a good fit for you?
I mean, with Kevin Martin in the backcourt, Garcia, you got guys who established themselves as scorers, and a chance for me to come in. And I know that both those guys can handle off the ball and on the ball. And so with 3 guys like that, I mean, it'd be a great threat with whoever gets the rebound and everybody else that starts running. And I know Coach Westphal, he has to run, and I think he sees that if I come here and can get with Kevin Martin, those guys, that we can get up and down the floor and put points on the board and also play some defense. So it would be a good look.
Steph, there have been a lot of guys in this room over the last weeks, and one of the questions is always, the team needs a point guard. The question has been, do you see yourself as a 1, or are you 2? Are you a scoring first point guard? Or how willing are you to pass the ball? You know where I'm going with this?
I definitely see myself as a point guard first. After my experience last year at Davidson, handling the point guard position for the whole season and going through that, it really developed my skills in that area, being a playmaker, getting my teammates open, but also being a scoring threat. So I think that can translate to success in the next level. I still got a lot of work to do, and it's going to be a learning curve no matter where I go to do that to the best of my ability and play the point guard. But like I said, if I came to Sacramento, I got Kevin Martin on the 2 spot, and on the 1, whoever gets the ball, I can run the 2 guard too if he gets the ball, I can bring it down the court. So I see myself as a very versatile player that can play the point and the 2.
Everybody knows that you can score and that you can shoot. Have you been very conscious of showing teams that you can distribute as well as you've gone to these workouts?
Yeah, it's tough with the way the workouts are organized, that you don't get that much opportunity to do it. Like a 5-on-5 setting, it's easier to show that you can know where to be on the court and know how to get whoever's hot the ball, work with the post game. These workouts, it's mostly one-on-one and making a play. And if I guess the defense helps, there's a lot of room to make the easy pass. It'd be a little more difficult in a 5-on-5 situation. So looking forward to Summer League where I can continue to show that.
Do you feel like that's something you need to prove to people, that you're not just a scorer?
I mean, there's a lot of critics out there that are going to say I only can score, and what's he going to do if he didn't get as many shots as he did in college and things like that. But for the guys who scouted me all year, they know that I can do both. In big games, playing against Oklahoma and things like that, I really upped my assists this year. So I really think I can translate that into being a playmaker on the next level.
You were clearly the guy in college. What's the transition been like so far as you've gone through this process, knowing that that's not always going to be the case, and even in some of these workouts like you had today, that there's a lot of other quality guys at a lot of big level.
Well, it's a different experience, and for me, it showed me that I can compete with anybody in the country and the top guys in this draft. So it's given me a lot of confidence going on throughout this whole process, and just put myself in different situations and still trying to be effective as possible is a challenge for me, and that's something I think I've done pretty well over those 4 workouts I had.
Is this the groups that you picked out, the competition, has this been the most intense?
I had a good workout in Washington. It was with me, Jonny Flynn, and Brandon Jennings, and AJ Price. So this is the most point guard loaded workout I've been in. There's nobody over like 6'5" out there. So this one in Washington were the best opportunities for me to compare myself to the top point guards in the draft.
How good a defender do you consider yourself?
I mean, you can count on me to stop a guy, keep him in front of me, make it difficult. In the NBA, guys are going to score. You can't get by it, but I can make it difficult on them to get shots up and make them make tough shots, I think. And even guys that are quicker than me, just give them some cushion and keep them in front of me. That's all. That's mainly what defense in the NBA is about. Containing guys and playing the ball screen and being strong enough to get through and knowing how to play guys. So even with my IQ of how to guard, I think I can bring that to the next level.
Couple more questions you got to catch.
How did it turn out that you were working out in Washington? Who's there? Is there a trainer or something?
Yeah, a guy named Edom Ravine who works a lot of the NBA guys out, Carmelo, LeBron, Chris Paul, Gilbert Arenas, guys like that. He's based out of Washington, D.C., and my agency has a great relationship with him, so I got that connection after school there.
Steph, on today's Father's Day, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with your dad and how this helped you through this process?
It's a great asset for me. I think he's been through this whole process. He knows what to expect, and it's great to have him as a resource in my back pocket if I have any questions of what to expect in the transition and the lifestyle of the NBA and things like that. It's kind of funny. He has we're going to New York next week for the draft, and there's a mandatory session for parents to teach them what the NBA is all about, and he has to go. So that's kind of funny. He'll probably be up there teaching by the end of the session. So, but he's been a great, role model for me, and something I can remember him going through the league and how he handled himself, and I can try to emulate that amongst my team.
Do you remember, so you followed your dad's career? As a point guard, as you evolved from just a shooter or whatever, what point guard do you look at and say, that is a game that's somebody I can model on after, that's the pattern I want to pick up, I want to utilize these skills, that skills. Who do you see your game, look at and say, that's the game I want as a playmaker?
Not one person individually. I'm a fan of the NBA and watching, and depending on what game it is, I watch a player, like for instance, Chauncey Billups. I'll watch him possession after possession. I won't follow the ball. I just watch him and what he does in the court and how he's effective. And the next day I'll watch Chris Paul and how he uses ball screens, or Steve Nash, how he runs the break and things like that. So there's not one guy I follow. It's just I watch a game and I try to learn something from each game I watch. And it's not just following the ball, it's learning the details and little things of what guys do to how they see the floor and where they are and how they position themselves and why they're such great players.
Last question.
What do you think separates you from all the rest of the lot of guards that could be at the top of the draft?
I think, my shooting ability can definitely spread the defense and keep the defense honest and open up a lot of opportunities for guys around me who won't get clogged up in the middle because they can just kick it out to me. I can make down open shots. I'm willing to work hard and do whatever it takes to improve my game and be my best on the next level. So my work ethic is going to take me to new heights when I get into a team next year. So just overall, I have a great IQ for the game as well. And growing up around it and seeing my dad play and things like that, so I can pick up things quickly and great learning curve when it comes to on-court situations.